Hi, I'm Jeanette Conery. This is Yoga Level 1 and 2 full-length class. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. For this class, you'll need a blanket, a block, and as always, for the balance portion of the class, I recommend that you have a chair nearby, just in case you need a little pinky finger support. Okay? Let's get started. Seat yourself comfortably on your mat or on a chair. And find your seated mountain pose. So, what does that mean? It means there's a little bit of anterior tilt of the pelvis. It's just tilting forward a little bit, okay? Shoulders are back and down. The spine is straight. And the breath can flow easily. So, we'll begin with a very simple movement and breath centering intro. We're going to use Om today for our warm-up. So we will inhale the arms up, exhale the hands down in front of the heart and say Om together. As the hands are coming down, think about the energy of your body moving up. Ready? Let's get started. Inhale the arms up. Now hold for just one full breath. And we'll do that again. Inhale the arms up. One full, complete breath. Follow the exhale out all the way to the end. Last one. Inhale the arms up. One breath. Okay. Place your hands on the mat in front of you or your elbows on your thighs if you're in a chair. Bring the shoulders down away from your ears and drop your head. And hold here for one breath. And then begin unfurling your neck from the bottom up, one bone at a time. So the chin stays tucked, tucked, tucked until the very, very end. And we lift that chin and we look at the wall in front. Okay, good. Now take a breath, and as you exhale, walk your hands forward a little bit more if that's comfortable for you. Okay, go as far as you can comfortably. We're just opening up the low back a little, getting ready. So again, bring the shoulders down away from the ears and drop the head. Take a big breath into your back here. Exhale. One more time. Good. Walk your hands back to your body. Come to seated. Now, it becomes important to make sure you have the right leg in front. So, correct leg in front, and that would be the left leg. Put your left leg in front with your crisscross position. If you're in a chair, don't worry about it. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands down in front of you. Shoulders down away from the ears. Drop your head. Take another breath. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right. And now you're definitely feeling a stretch between the bottom of your rib cage and the top of the back of your hip. A side stretch in the low back. Take a big breath. And let it go slowly. Good. Walk your hands back to the center. Walk your hands back up towards you. Okay? Switch legs. Okay, hands down on the mat in front of you. Shoulders away from the ears, drop the head, and take a breath. Exhale, walk the hands over to your left. And breathe into the right side of your low back. Good. Come back to center. Pull your belly in and use your hands for support as you roll your spine up. Roll your shoulders back. And of course the head comes up very, very last. Good job. So how about a little gentle twisting? Inhale your arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Right hand lands gently on the left knee. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. The hand touches the knee and then floats right back up again. Okay, now this next time we're going to hold. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist. The hands land on the knee and the left fingertips on the floor behind you. Use your left arm as a kickstand, encouraging your spine to stay up straight. And then take a breath. Exhale as you very, very gently work your shoulders a little bit more into the twist. The shoulders here, trying to twist the upper back. Now, let's talk about where the head should be. You can look over the shoulder behind you, or you can look over the other shoulder. Okay? Or you can just keep your head right in the middle. Everyone has their own preference, so find yours and enjoy it. Okay? So we're going to unwind. First, bring the head to center, pointing in the same direction as your collarbone. And then we're releasing the hands. Inhale the hands up. Everything comes to center. Bring the hands down in front of you. Walk them out. Shoulders down away from the ears. Drop the head. Good. Walk the hands back up towards the body. Do the same thing on the other side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist to your right. Left hand on the right knee, right fingertips on the mat behind you. Press yourself up through that right hand. Take a breath, and as you exhale, use your hands to gently pull yourself, your shoulders, more into the twist. Twisting the upper back here. Try to work that right shoulder behind you. Okay. Find your favorite head position. Over the back shoulder, over the front shoulder, or right in the middle. Bring the head back to neutral. Release your hands, bring them up. Exhale down. Elbows down, head down. Take one big back breath here. Feel the way that your lungs push the back of your rib cage out to the sides. And exhale. Beautiful. Walk your hands back up to the body. And now we're ready to come onto all fours. So loose the blanket Actually, use the blanket for your knees if you have sensitive knees. And I'm going to pull my hair back. Excuse me. Okay, wonderful. Please be sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are right underneath your hips. Roll your shoulders a few times here, back and down. Feel the way the muscles move the shoulder blade. And notice this is very different from just doing shoulder circles in a standing or seated position. Okay. So as you inhale, from the base of your hips are the heavy base, right? You're growing your spine long from there, and you're looking at the wall in front of you, stretching out the front of your body. Exhale, tilt the tailbone down, bring the elbows down to the floor, forehead down to the floor, hips back to the heels. Inhale up onto the elbows. Keep the ears down, keep the shoulders down away from your ears. Stretch yourself long and exhale back. Use your Ujjayi breath here, gently squeezing the muscles of your throat as you breathe to produce a soft whispering sound, similar to the waves at the beach. Now, if you really love putting weight on your wrists and doing down dog, then let's incorporate that into this movement. If that's not your thing, just keep doing the same movement, okay? So if you're doing down dog, you're tucking the toes on the exhale, coming back into down dog. And on the inhale, coming down onto the knees in a very controlled fashion, stretching out your front. Exhale back. Spread your fingers wide, press into the mat through the meat of your thumb. On the inhale, pull the belly in as you bring the knees down. Good. Next, we're going to incorporate the plank into this movement. So, whichever movement you happen to be doing, you can start from a neutral all fours position. On the inhale, bring your hands forward as far as you need to come into this half plank position. We're starting with the knees on the floor. When you're in your plank, you want to make sure there's a little bit of a bend at the hip here so that you're not dumping your hips towards the floor. Shoulders are down and you're pressing actively into the floor through your arms and your hands. So let's incorporate this plank into our movement again. And on the exhale, you can either go back into child's pose or tuck your toes and go into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into your plank and exhale back. Now, if you really like strengthening your shoulders and your wrists and it feels pretty darn good for you, then you can do your plank without the knees. Exhale, down dog. Inhale forward into the plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Beautiful. Now let's bring the knees down, roll the shoulders back, and come down onto your belly. I'm going to flip around. So I'm not talking right into that beautiful crystal ball. Come down onto your belly. And we're going to come up onto the elbows first, okay? Pull your elbows towards you so that you're lengthening out your spine, and then you can drape your body down on the floor. This is a good long position for your spine. Great to start our Cobra. Bring your hands to any position that's going to work for your shoulders, okay? This is the traditional place for the hands. Notice the elbows are pointing back, but you can just as easily do your Cobra with your hands out here, all right? Pull your belly in as you inhale and lift your head. Bring the shoulder blades together behind you. We're not pressing into the hands just yet, okay? Exhale down. Now we're just trying to work the muscles of the upper back, making those muscles responsible for holding up the head, which is what they are doing all the time anyway, but now they're doing it against gravity. You feel that? Okay. Next, let's add the hands so you can push a little bit in through the hands, but make sure your elbows are pointing back, shoulder blades are together behind you, lifting up a tiny bit. Exhale down. Did your shoulders come up towards your ears when you did that? Inhale. Let's see. Let's try it again. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Pull the belly in as you lift. So we're working the triceps here and the back. Good. One more time, inhale up, and we're going to hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down. We're going to try Cobra a little different way now, okay? This way is going to strengthen the entire length of the spine and the gluteals. So we're taking the focus off of pressing into the hands again. Inhale, lift the head and the chest and the feet. Gently squeezing the butt. Exhale down. Okay. Inhale up. Pull the belly up. Think about your spine being long and reaching forward as you come up. Just like a snake, as it slithers along and reaches its head up towards a branch. Exhale down. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit more challenging. Inhale up, hold here, okay, and separate your legs and bring them back together. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. 2 more, please. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Lower yourself down onto the mat. Okay. Put your hands down at your sides, palms facing down. And place your face on the mat, turning to the side. Getting a beautiful little stretch in the neck here, a little rest. Okay, turn your head the opposite way. Okay, wonderful. Come up onto your elbows and then push up onto knees and hands. And we'll go back to that flow we were doing earlier. You can choose either the child's pose flow or the down dog flow. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come on up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back. Okay, let's work upward facing dog into this. So I'm going to take a minute to introduce this asana before we put it into the flow. Upward facing dog is a back bend. It is a spinal extension. And unfortunately, many people are injured doing this because they focus a lot on pushing their hips forward to the floor. I like to emphasize pressing into the floor, lifting yourself up through the hands and bringing the chest forward, And then letting the spine hang from there. So you're bringing the force of the extension of your spine into the upper back. As you can see, there's not a lot of crunching happening in my lumbar spine right now. All the work is in my upper body as I'm moving forward and up. All right? So give that a try. So from the hands and knees position, lift yourself through the arms. Come forward and up. Beautiful. Now rest in child's pose for a moment. So, working that into the flow. We begin with either child's pose or down dog. So we're exhaling back. Inhaling forward, bringing the knees to the floor, shoulders back and down, hips come forward a little, press into the earth. Bring your chest forward, shine your heart light into the world. Exhale back, child's pose or downward facing dog. Inhale, knees down. Press up and forward. Good. Last time here. Beautiful. And rest in child's pose. Take your knees wide. Walk your hands forward. Cup the mat with your hands. Shift back and let your hips traction out your spine for you. Now we're ready to come back up to all fours, downward dog, and walk your feet forward to the middle, walk your hands back towards the feet, excuse me. And make sure your toes are pointed directly in front of you. Okay, roll your shoulders back, bring your head back over your shoulders and lift yourself up to a half lift. And you can see how straight the spine is here. Exhale back down. Let's try that again. Inhale, half lift. The fingers can be either on the floor or on your shins. Lengthening out from the hips through the top of the head. And exhale back down again. And now we are coming all the way up through that half lift position. Squeeze your butt a little bit here as you lift yourself high. Look up at the sky. Lift your heart. And then exhale back down into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Place your thumbs inside your elbow creases. Take a few rounds of back breath here. And sometimes hanging here like this, you might feel some of your vertebrae just kind of letting go, tractioning out a little bit. Last breath. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Squeeze your butt, lift up, and exhale, forward bend. One more time here. Make sure the feet are pressing equally into the earth from the front to the back and side to side. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. Bend your knees. Excuse me. Bend your knees. Pull your belly in, and very slowly, very, very carefully, with lots of support, roll yourself up. Shoulders roll back. Head comes up last. Into mountain pose. Well done. Okay. Let's pause in mountain pose for a moment to find the center from which we will move forward in our yoga practice. So feel your feet touching your mat, making contact with the earth. Yeah, lift your toes and separate them. Feel the way the arches of your feet lift away from the mat when you do that. Can you keep your toes separated and put them down? We want neuromuscular control over parts of the body that we don't normally try to control. We want the unconscious to become conscious. Let's try that one more time. Lift the toes, separate them, put them down. Resilience in the feet leads to good balance, fewer injuries. Okay? So, roll your shoulders back and down. Find your equal standing here in mountain pose. Take a breath all the way down into your feet. Exhale from your feet all the way up and out. Beautiful. Can I stand up straight with perfect posture and be relaxed at the same time? How little energy can I use to hold myself up? Okay. Let's move into Warrior 2, Vidrasana. So your right foot is going that way. Left foot comes out behind and the toes are pointing right at your screen, right? So I have my heel lined up right with my arch here. If I were to put a yardstick down between my feet, it would touch my heel and my arch. Okay, now just know, since this is level 1 and 2, this closer, feet closer together, easier for people who are still building strength in their legs. Going farther apart makes it harder. No matter where your feet are, you don't want to let your knee go out past your ankle like this, okay? You always want that knee to be on top of the ankle or further back, especially if you already have knee issues, okay? Never bring the knee out this far, okay? So, the shoulders are pointing right at the screen. The hips are somewhere in between, okay? Bring your hands up, palms facing up. Notice that your shoulders are rolled out. Can you turn your palms down without moving your shoulders? Very good. So take a breath and move forward, bending your knee. And if you take a peek, you should be able to see your big toe, right? If you can't, that means your knee is collapsing inward. You can place your hand here on the outside and press in towards your hand. That's the hip activation we're looking for in Warrior 2. Now, exhale back. So it's inhale forward, exhale back. We just move in and out a few times, asking the body permission before we do a long hold. And if it feels right, we hold. If it doesn't feel right quite yet, make your adjustments, find the comfort in your asana, make your yoga practice work for you, okay? So we're holding here, gazing out over that front middle finger, really thinking about working your right knee out behind you, turning on your gluteus medius. Think about the engagement through both feet and the arches lifting away from the floor, never collapsing onto the middle of the foot or the outside of the foot. Now, turn your right palm up. Inhale that arm up. Sweep your left arm back behind you. This is peaceful warrior. Take a breath here. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. You can use Gyan Mudra for focus. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, Shanti Vidrasana. Holding here. If you ever become uncomfortable, please come out of the pose. Otherwise, Approach your edge gently, always finding the benefit for you. How is this beneficial? Where can I move myself to make it more custom for me, more easy, more natural? Okay, warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Yowza! Well done! That was a lot of work. Okay, so find your center. We're moving into a forward bend with a wide leg stance. Turn both the toes of both feet forward towards your camera. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, hands right here at the hip, bend the knee slightly and come down into your forward fold, keeping your spine straight as you go down, hinging from the hip only. My spine isn't moving, is yours. And then at the very end, you release down into your wide-legged forward fold. Doesn't that feel good? So, one of my favorite things in this pose is to do a little side bend. Walk your hands over to your left foot, and you'll notice right away that you're stretching the hamstring that you can't really access in a straight forward bend. Take a breath here. Good. Move to the center. And then we'll move on the next exhale over to the right. Same thing. Good. Come back to center again. Roll your shoulders back and down. Bring a little bit of weight onto your hands. So the spine is now straight, horizontal to the floor, kind of like being in plank, almost, but not quite. Bend your knees, shift side to side. Sometimes if you have tight ankles or you've ever had a sprained ankle, you will really feel this. So approach your tissues gently. They loosen up with continuous gentle efforts. Wrenching damaged tissues isn't going to heal them. Just nice, easy, fluid movement in and out. Okay? And now we'll come back up. So we want to bend the knees, take the weight of your body into your legs, straighten out your spine, come up. Wonderful. And we're ready to do warrior 2 on the other side. So left toes point in that direction, right toes point in that direction. Beautiful. Arms up. Let's do a little shoulder trick. Palms are up, and then you turn them down. Shoulders are pointing right at the screen. Hips are somewhere in between. Turn your head and look over your middle finger. Inhale into your warrior, and exhale back. 2 more times, and then we'll hold. All right, ready for the hold. Inhale forward. Check in with your knee. Make sure your alignment is good. Lengthen your sits bones down towards the floor. Pull your abdominals in slightly for support. Inhale, Shanti Vidrasana. Exhale, regular warrior 2. Inhale, Shanti. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, Shanti. Exhale, warrior 2. Now we're going to hold. Find a way to make this feel natural. If wrapping your arm around the back of your body doesn't work for you, just let your arm rest on your thigh. Think about your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Regular warrior. Straighten your leg. Well done. Turn your toes towards the front. Inhale the arms up. Exhale forward. Okay. Hang for a moment. Do a back breath. Okay. Let's do something a little different. Come up onto your hands. Bring your left hand right underneath your face. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, open up into a twist. So you're actively pressing in through your left hand here. Okay. You can keep your hand on your waist like I am now, or you can bring your hand up into the sky. Three full breaths here. Slow, easy Ujjayi breaths. Beautiful. Switch sides. Before we switch sides, hang in the middle. Let it go. Okay, come back up to your kind of plank position. Bring your right hand underneath your face. Inhale up into a twist. Exhale, come back down, hang one more time. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your belly in, lift yourself up to this more or less plank. Bend the knees, hands on the thighs, shoulder blades behind you. Half lift here and come back up. Heel toe your feet together. Beautiful. Find your mountain. Okay, I'll be turning sideways for this one. Find your mountain. Roll the shoulders back. Let your low back be relaxed and long as your front abdominals provide scaffolding. Breathe down into your feet and exhale. One more time. Good. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Well done. Hang here for a minute. And now we're going to work the right foot back behind and come into Uttanasana, which is a low lunge. Okay, so we're on the knee, the right foot is behind, we're on the right knee, left foot is forward. Okay, from here, let's roll the shoulders back and extend the spine up towards the sky. Inhale, bring the arms up. Squeeze your bottom a little bit on the right side to create balance in your hip. Exhale, come down. Okay, adjust your stance. Maybe you feel like your foot needs to come out, or maybe it's too far out and it needs to come back in. This is your chance to fix that. Inhale up. Root through that front foot. Squeeze your right glute. Look up to the sky. Exhale, come back down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, you can hold like we just did, or if you want to make it a little harder for yourself and build some strength, you can tuck your back toes, your right toes, come up, and exhale. On the inhale, press in through both legs, come up. 1, lower down, just to where your right knee is hovering. Lift up. That was 2. Last one. Beautiful. Slowly, with control, bring that knee back down. Arms down. Left foot comes back. Inhale, stretch yourself out. Exhale back into child pose or downward facing dog. That was so energizing. All right, let's do the other side. Down on the knees. Right foot comes forward, left foot is back. All right. Again, like I said before, with Warrior 2, almost a universal rule. Knee never goes out past the ankle. Root down through your right foot. Rise up. Squeeze your left glute. Sink your arms down into your shoulder joints. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay. Option here, either go up and hold or tuck your toes and we'll do the old 1, 2, 3 again. Ready? Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1, 2, 3. Easily put that knee down. Bring the arms down. Right foot comes back. Roll your shoulders back. And move into your child's pose. Big back breath. Great. Come up onto the hands and knees, please. Roll your shoulders back and down, tuck your toes. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale up onto your toes. Now bend your knees. Stretch the bottoms of your feet. Okay, straighten the legs. Heels come back down. Beautiful. Walk the feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. Inhale up. Squeeze your booty a little tiny bit. Lift. Exhale down. Pulling your belly in as you go down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Find your mountain pose. Find your center. Breathe all the way down into your feet. Exhale up from the earth through your nose. Good. So we're moving into a balance portion of our yoga practice. And I highly recommend, if you're still building your balance, that you use a chair as a prop, mostly mentally. And most of us need to just put a little pinky finger on it to feel better and keep ourselves up. Nonetheless, it's a useful tool. So, I'm putting my chair to my left-hand side, okay? And we'll put the left foot forward, right foot back, okay? This is warrior one that we're gonna move into. These back toes are going in a 45-degree angle. Front toes are going straight forward. You don't need a really long stance here. It's not about how deep into the lunge you go. You're going to feel the line of energy coming up the back, heel, up the leg, lifting your spine, okay? So let's try that. Inhale, come forward. Press your right heel into the floor, lift your spine up. Squeeze your right buttock a little bit for balance in the hip. Equal standing on the front foot. Good. Exhale, come down. Next, we're doing something a little awkward. We're coming forward into our warrior one, lifting up that back heel. Turn the whole leg straight so your kneecap is pointing down, okay? And push off, come forward. And this is a variation of warrior three. You're reaching along through that back heel. Your whole spine is up, shoulders are back, head is back, over the shoulders, arms are up. And if you like, you can experiment with coming forward, okay? And from there, we're moving into crane pose, bringing that right leg forward, the knee pointing straight in front of you, shoulders still behind you, belly pulled in, mountain pose in all respects except that you're on one leg. Beautiful. Put that leg down. Shake it out. Wow. Okay. Let's do a forward bend before we do the other side. Inhale the arms up. Whew. Exhale, forward bend. Take a big breath and let it go. Okay. Come up through your half lift position. This time, right foot forward, left foot back. Okay. Inhale forward into your warrior one, lifting up, squeezing your left buttock. Exhale down, straightening the front leg. Inhale up. And now lift that back heel, turn your left leg forward, okay, and push off. Straight leg here, the right leg is straight. And we just work to keep that back and that leg as straight as possible. Okay, and then, wobble. Where's my chair? Okay, bring that knee forward. Can you bring the knee forward without rounding your spine? Yeah, I think you can. Good. Bring that foot down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That was great. Okay, so inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Okay. Walk your feet back and come onto hands and knees. Don't need the chair anymore. We're going to come into Pigeon Pose. So what I want you to know about Pigeon Pose is that it's hard for a lot of people. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it so you can customize, make your yoga work for you, okay? So from the all fours position, we're bringing the left leg forward, the knee towards the left thumb, not crossing the body like this, okay? And then we're taking that left foot and jimmying it around towards the right hand. Okay, so the hip is externally rotated here. And then we're taking this right foot, we're scooching it back. Scooching and ooching. Adjust as you go. Okay, so if your hip is already saying, yowza, bring the floor to your hip. Take your blanket or block, fold it up as high as you need to. Okay, that is so much better. Okay, and the point of this obviously is that we're stretching the hip, but it's also a back bend. So don't be afraid of the word back bend. It just means we're taking the spine backward and strengthening all those posture muscles. So we have the fingertips on the floor, roll the shoulders back and down, and lift. Just like we were doing in that upward facing dog. You're pressing down into the floor with an upward and forward movement of your chest. Ooh, yeah. And then, I know you want to release. So you can release forward, you can bring your block under your forehead. And some people can actually bring their forehead all the way down onto the floor. If that's you, go for it. Feels pretty good sometimes, but you know, it's just about you. What do you want out of your yoga practice? You want it to feel good, above all else. All right. Come up onto the elbows, and then onto the hands, and then lift up onto that back knee. Scooch the knee forward a little. Come back on the hands and knees. Oh, yeah. A few hip circles here. I just did a couple in each direction. Okay. And then we'll move on to the right leg. So the right knee comes up towards the right thumb, the right foot jimmies around towards that left hand. Walk the left foot back. Use your blanket, your block underneath your hip. If that hip doesn't want to go down to the floor, bring the floor up to you. Come into your royal pigeon. Notice when you're holding this kind of a back extension, what happens with your breathing? We get this huge expansion across the front of the chest, which is good. Only 30% of your lung capacity exists in front of your heart. 70% in the back. So this is an opportunity to expand the front part of your lungs. And we walk forward gently, tentatively testing it out before we commit. You can always move back. Okay. Okay, come back up. First the hands, then the knees. Okay. Hip circles. 1, 2. Other direction. 1, 2. Okay, beautiful. Now, my friends, it's time for your final rest. I want to introduce you to Viparita Karani. You probably already know it if you've done yoga. It just means legs up the wall, honestly. It's a fancy name for legs up the wall. So find your wall, and if you don't have a wall you can work with, just put your legs on a chair, all right? Bring your hip up next to the wall. Have your blanket nearby. Lay down with the legs on the wall. Okay, so first question you ask yourself is this okay? Do I feel good here? Okay. If the answer is no, just go into a regular Shavasana, lying flat on the floor or with your legs on a chair. Just want to feel good. This is your final relaxation. You can't relax if you don't feel good. So, we're going to try putting a blanket under the hips. This is another thing. If you don't like it, take the blanket out, okay? Bring the soles of the feet onto the wall. Press into the wall just enough to get the blanket underneath you. And then straighten your legs again. And of course, at every junction we're asking, is this okay? Does this feel good? So as you're resting here, make any last final adjustments that you need to feel 100% comfortable. And then bring your attention to your breath. Bring your attention to your heart rate. Can you feel your heart beating? Inhale and pull your breath from your feet all the way up your legs and into your lungs. And exhale, let the breath leave in the opposite direction, traveling out through the bottom of the feet. Keep breathing like that. In through the feet, out and down. Stay where you are. Please remove it now. Lie flat. Legs still up the wall, but the back is flat. Now, roll onto your side. Stay there for at least one full round of breath before coming to a comfortable seated position, either on your mat or on a chair. Take a breath. Once you get to your seated position, just take a breath. Very simple. Very clear. Give yourself gratitude for spending the time investing in your wellness today. And wish yourself all the benefits of this practice. Feeling good in your body, having clarity in your mind, thinking straight, focusing, having more resilience to deal with life's everyday challenges. And then send these well wishes out into the universe for the benefit of all beings. May all be happy, including you, including me. May all people be safe and know their true nature. And may humankind be united in unconditional love. Namaste.